لا يزيغ عنا إلا حالك. اللهم صل وسلم عليه وعلى أزواجه أمهات المؤمنين ولا عترة الطيبين الطاهرين ولا صحابتهم وتابعيهم ومن اتبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين، وعلى والدينا ومشايخنا وأصحاب الفضل علينا وعلينا معهم صلاة وسلام دائمين كاملين متلازمين إلى يوم الدين. آمين يا رب. For the last 3 weeks, we had started the explanation of the surahs. I cannot say tafsir because tafsir would be very much elaborate. Explanation of the surahs which we recite on the last 10 surahs of the Quran, from Surah Al-Layl, Surah Al-Fil to Surah Al-Nas. So today, inshallah, we will do Surah Al-Ma'un. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين فذلك الذي يدعو اليتيم ولا يحض على طعام المسكين فويل للمصلين الذين هم عن صلاتهم ساهون الذين هم يراعون ويمنعون الماعون. This is a very simple surah with 7 ayahs, but it has very deep meaning. Some of the scholars have mentioned that it is a Makki surah when Rasulullah was facing difficulties in Makkah. The Quraysh really gave him hard time, and to the people with him. If you remember, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned it at a place in the Quran. Quraysh at one point said, do not support these, it was like a society, humane support for the needy. They used to support the poor and the needy in the Quran because it was a working society. But when Rasulullah started preaching him, there was something going on in their back of the mind that do not give the charity or any help to the people who are around him, let them suffer. Just to push away people from the love of Rasulullah and the love of Deen and the truth, which was brought to them after a long gap of about 600 years, 500 years. Let me read the meaning of the surah first. Bismillah ar-Rahman. For that is the one who drives away the orphan and does not encourage the feeding of the poor. So woe to those who pray, but who are heedless of their prayer, and those who make show of their deeds and withhold simple assistance. If we, Bismillah ar-Rahman, let me start with the first ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, أرأيت الذي يكذب بالدين. Have you not seen the one who denies the repentance? Ara'ayta means it is just the first person that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is referring to either Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam or to us in general, because that those days have passed. So this ayah will be directly addressed to us. Ara'ayta means it's the first person that Allah is talking to you. Have you not seen who is denying the day of judgment? Our weaknesses, we take things lightly as the Quran is revealed and the eyes of the Quran are revealed and the signs of the nature around, and we see the calamities around, as we have seen lately, the big earthquake in Turkey and Syria and in that region. We take things lightly. We have read about punishments given to Ad and Samud, Qawm Tubba, people of Hud alayhi salam, Qawm Lut. We read this, we think that it's just like a medium of watching a movie, or we just listen and ignore. But recently, just last Monday, we have seen a big tragedy happen at this. It's one of the biggest earthquakes happening in the world. So this, and it's 7.9 on the scale. It is very, very high. And this is an exponential scale, Every decimal point on that is like 10 times more. So this tragedy which has happened, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, when you see all this, you still deny the deen. Deen is like, Yawm al-Akhirah. It is like the day of judgment. When you see all this, you ignore our ayahs, you still deny the deen. And actually, this ayah was referred to the Quraysh around Rasulullah who thought that, okay, this person is nothing like maybe a storyteller, or he's a magician, they put all kind of names of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam just to ignore the message. Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala says, have you not seen? We do this because there is a denial in our hearts about that we are presentable. Like if we are driving on the road, we see an officer on the side of the street, then we are more careful in obeying the traffic laws and seeing if I'm stopping on the yellow, or I'm stopping on the red, or I will cross on the red. We are cautious. We don't want to be punished for it, or take penalties for it, or maybe we lose our driver's license or whatever it could be, but we get more cautious. When we know that Allah is observing us, our iman is so weak, Allah has given signs over signs over signs over signs in ourselves. Allah says, I have given signs in your own body. I have given signs in the skies. You can look around. I have given you signs so that you can watch around and just submit to whatever is commanded to us. But our iman is weak. And that's what Allah says, have you not seen the person who's denied the day? As we see the car on the side of the road, we get more cautious. Why shouldn't we be more cautious? It was though referred to Frayer, but whoever hears this ayah, reads this ayah, it is for us, for me, for you, and for everyone else, that how can we deny the deen? Denying the Yawm al-Deen is just denying that final day of judgment where we will stand in front of Allah, and every single deed we do this on the earth will be accounted for. We have to answer for it. As we have mentioned, that Abdurrahman bin Auf, one of the richest Sahabi at the time of Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and he was a very successful businessman. He had camel loads of trade going on everywhere. And Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam one day was describing his dreams. He used to sit after Fajr Salam, ask Sahaba what did you see, and he used to share only the good dreams. So one day Rasulullah Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam was describing the dream that Abdurrahman bin Auf was one of the 10 Sahaba who were given the glad tidings of Jannah, that you are going to Jannah. There is nothing which will take you to hellfire. So these 10 people, he was one of those 10 Sahaba who was given the glad tidings of Jannah. And Rasulullah was describing his name. Ya Abdurrahman, I have seen on the day of judgment, with all the other 9 who were mentioned were with me, but you were missing. And we waited, and we waited, and we waited. After a long wait, I have seen you crawling and breathing hard towards me, towards us. And I asked, Ya Abdurrahman, what happened to you? Ya Rasulullah, I had to give an account of every penny I earned and every penny how I spent. So, we just take these ayahs, we just take that as stories and take it easy. And Abdurrahman, some of the narrations say Rasulullah waited for 40 years for Abdurrahman bin Auf to come. And some of the other narrations say he waited for 400 years. He described his dream that he waited for you 400 years for one of the best person who was described as Sahib al-Jannah. So, and he was a very rich person, and he had so much wealth, he used to all give in charity. One time Abu Bakr Siddiq sent his guru to collect zakat from him. He said, I don't have it. What do you mean? You have millions of dollars of trade going on and you don't have any money? Yes, Abu Bakr, I have given everything in charity. That person had to stand give the account for his business for 400 years, even 40 years. Can we stand? We get tired. If we stand in traffic for 1 hour, we get tired. He said, what's going on? Why is it taking so long? Oh, so many people around me, and I don't know what the judge will be asking me. Before the final judgment will come, angels will come and take our account. Our book of deeds will be in our hands, and we ignore. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, have you seen the person? Araita means you person, that means we, I. Have you seen this who is denying the day of judgment? Denying the day of judgment is taking things easy. Okay, Fajr, I can do Qadha at 9 o'clock. Or maybe I can do together with Zuhar. I'm busy, I work late night, so I have to take an excuse for Fajr. Zuhar is falling in exactly at my work schedule, I cannot do. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is given a span of time. It's not that. But Rasulullah recommended to offer the salam as soon as it enters the time. So we ignore our Fajr Salah, we ignore our Dhuhr Salah, we ignore, I met one of my friends, he was fairly good and well done in his life, he had a lot of achievements, degrees, wealth and everything. I reminded him about, hey, He doesn't even fast. I reminded him, oh, I will fast when we get old. How I will pray when we get old. Who has seen that tomorrow? And even if you miss one salah today, we are accountable for it. And why we are ignoring it? Because we don't know. Maybe the day of judgment will come, maybe not come. Though we say, okay, we are Muslims, but our actions show that we are careless about deen. And this was all referred in this ayah to the Quraysh. And whoever hears this ayah, have you seen the person who have neglected the Yawm al-Akhir? This is very strong ayah. And we read this surah almost in most of us read in every salah this surah. And we just read it just like a recitation without it. We have to, understand and believe in whatever we are saying with our mouth. That's why at least it's very important for us to learn the meaning of this last 10 surahs which we commonly recite. Though it is obligatory on us to read, understand the whole Quran, but at least the one which we mostly recite, we have to understand it. By that, maybe that will bring our focus to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maybe that will bring our focus to Yawmuddin, and we may be accountable for our own actions. Am I doing this right, or am I going against this? Because Abdul Rahman bin Auf stood for 40 years for his account. What if Salah is an inexcusable thing? We cannot leave Salah at all, and we are careless about it. Why? Because we are not sure if the day of Deen will happen, or maybe at the time, maybe Allah will forgive. Allah will, He is a Rahim, Ghafur Rahim, definitely forgive. What about answering the question for 40 years? What did he do? Maybe we don't know. Maybe we stand 400 years or 4,000 years. We don't know. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described the day of judgment as a young child will get old, his hair will turn grey on the day of judgment. That is the wait time. And Allah said, I will have enough time for you, O hard-hearted ones. أيها الثقلان, Allah said, Surah Al-Rahman. Allah says, I will, you hard-hearted, I read the meaning of it, I don't remember the ayah. I will have enough time for you. That every individual will have to answer Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one to one. Yeah, so that's very strong ayah. So this Yawmuddin is, we have to understand, the first ever, the ayah in the surah says, have you seen the one who is denying the day of judgment? That means he is doing whatever he wants, whatever is convenient for him. For me, I will do. Day of judgment may happen, that is the denial. That is the denial of our hearts. But when we see the car, we take all the caution when driving on the road. We don't have Iman, our Iman is weak in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and on the day of judgment. The next one, فَذَلِكَ الَّذِي يَدْعُو الْيَتِيمَ, for that is the one who drives away the orphan. فَذَلِكَ, that means, if you refer that person, that means you are belittling. Allah says, have you seen that person? That Allah has no value of this person at all. Yadu means it's pushing up. Pushing action may not be physical pushing, but if you know there are rights of people and we are ignoring those rights, that means we are ignoring the signs of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and we are pushing them. And especially we have to take extra caution with the yatim and an orphan. An orphan is the person who lost his parents at a young age. And most of the time we come across orphans in our lives. Maybe in family, maybe in friends, maybe in the society. We have to be extra cautious with them because this is a very strong ayah. Allah doesn't even care for their will. Have you seen that person? That means that person who Allah has no value for that person. May Allah says it's very strong ayah. Who has ignored the plight of an orphan. Allah Rasulullah said, whoever even turns his hand over an orphan's head, he will be with me on the Jannah, like this on the day of judgment, in the Jannah. That is the status of an orphan, and we take it easy. We tread on their rights. We even steal and treat them bad, and that's the Quraysh are doing that. But this ayah doesn't stop for Quraysh. It's reflecting all of us. It is a point of reference for all of us. That is, Allah has no value for that person. Have you seen that person who has pushed away the orphan? How careful we have to be with an orphan. We have seen that. We don't know in Turkey. earthquake in Turkey and Syria, how many orphans have been come out from that earthquake? We don't know. And we have seen several wars lately. How many orphans are there? How they are treating them? Would we treat our own children like we treat orphans? And it is an obligation on us. We have to have more focus on ourselves. We have to have a concern for an orphan, especially if they are around us. We have to be extra passionate because Allah has no value for us. But radically, have you seen that person? When we say that person, that means he is already belittled. Allah doesn't care for that person. And this is very, we read this ayah, we just pass by this ayah every day. وَلَا يَهُدُّ عَلَى طَعَامِ الْمِسْكِينِ, and does not encourage the feeding of the poor. This is a very important act. And let's describe the qualities of the people. This again was reflected on to Quraysh, but it is for all of us. Every ayah of the Quran is going to be here with us till the day of judgment. Whoever, us, our children, our grandchildren, and the generation beyond that, until the day of judgment, when we should encourage the feeding of the miskin. Yahud means if not just doing ourselves, please you do it. Encouraging our friends, encouraging our family, that it's an obligation on us, because this is a very strong ayah, because Allah says those, the previous ayah has started with those people, and it is a continuation of the meaning of this ayah. And the person who does not encourage the feeding of the miskin. Miskin is defined as a person who got strict in his life. That means he tries this, he doesn't get. He tries this, maybe he got injured, he cannot move himself, or he got maybe disqualified from certain things, and may have some hardship where he's not able to do anything. It's our obligation to take care of that person, because if we don't do that, Allah does not have any value for us. That is so important. If not only doing anything for the people, but encouraging others. It is, please, tell it nicely. If you have some control, tell them with authority. If you don't have control, advise them. Do something, but we have to take care of the miskin. Miskin is the person who is not able to do anything. He tries and he fails. Look at the people in Turkey for the recent. They had wealth, they had business. One hospital with the doctors and the patients got buried. Can you imagine this? They had wealth, they had everything, and people who will survive from that, they're living in a tent with nothing to eat. And if you remember, I had shared one request from the Turkish community who is doing very good in Atlanta. They want anything you could eat, because these people have nothing, they lost everything, and they're in the tent. Then pack them in a nice bag and give it to, inshallah, bring it here to the masjid by Sunday afternoon, and inshallah we will leave it, take it to that we airlifted for Turkey. Whatever you could give. And make sure that your clothes are clean, because they'll be wearing it. Don't take out from your hamper and put it in the suitcase and give it. These are the gifts for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything has to be clean and perfect. Don't give maybe it's old clothes, no problem, but it has to be clean and wearable. And if you're sharing something, household thing, because they have nothing, everything is lost. Rich, poor, businessman, common person, and everybody is in the tent now. Your degrees have been buried, your deeds of the properties have been buried, everything is gone. For about 50,000 people, everything is gone. So, miskin is the person who's got stuck at a position. He doesn't have to be poor. Rasulullah said, if a person comes on a horseback and asks for it, give it to him. That means it's an obligation. Maybe you don't know. If you don't want to give it a little, but do not push him away. Do not push the person who is missing. Well, should encourage the people around us. Do help, do this. Maybe, you always ask, you always do this. I'm just trying to wait. I'm trying to do it myself, then I encourage you. Can you please do this? Can you please do this? If every one of us does this, you think how better the society will go. Not just person, not just that person of the organization, or maybe the person who's collecting zakah and who is doing this. No. Every one of us should take that as a responsibility on me. Because it is, Allah says, that person who does not do these things, I have no value for him. He is that one. It's not you that, like Ibrahim alayhi salam is talking to his father, yeah, Abati, oh my dad. And Ibrahim alayhi salam talking to Ismail alayhi salam, oh my son. That love is not there. And Allah said, have you seen that? That already belittles our personalities. May Allah save us from that. And then now the subject matter is changing. From the charity, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is describing the two major qualities of a human being. It was referred to Quraysh, and now it is referred to all human being. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. From the why says that, one of the scholars have described as the worst, deepest, and the hardest part of hell. That means destruction after destruction. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. And who is being described? فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Why is being described for Muslim? Muslim means people who are praying. We don't know who are we. We are praying, but Allah is describing the qualities of a prayer. The person who is praying, that he will be the deepest part of the hell. Why is like complete destruction? فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Muslim means people who make regular salah. If people are praying, that means فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. They are praying. We see them praying. But Allah is then whine on those. Fa is like with shadda, with it, yes. It is a whine for them. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ. Very that whine is for people who are praying. Imagine, we have to be terrified with this statement. فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Who are heedless about their prayer. We have to do things, we have to program our schedules, we have to program our work, we have to program our businesses, we have to program our preparation for the exams or anything around salawat. Allah says, who are heedless of salah. Who are Muslims? They are praying, but they are heedless. Why? Oh, we are joining these two together. I'm traveling, though you can come wherever you're traveling in an aircraft, a masjid or some place to pray at the airport, what do they call a chapel at the airport. But we can do that. But I pray. It's an excuse. Yes, excuse. Allah knows our heart. Allah says, the people who are praying are in the way. This is very scary ayah. This is very, very scary ayah. There are kuffar, there are other people. Well, while has been described. While for the people who are praying, why? الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. Who are careless, heedless of salah. Then, my work is important, I will lose my job. You can take a lunch break from the salah. In that lunch break, you can pray in the car. You don't find, maybe people will hate when they see you praying. Go into the car and pray. Go into the break room and pray. Somewhere take out some time and pray in time. We are praying, but Allah says, why for us? May Allah save us from that situation. This is very scary. We have to have everything rotate on our salawat. Everything. Whatever we do has to be centered in the salawat. Prime importance in the salawat. Then do everything else. الَّذِينَ هُمْ عَنْ صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ. That means, again, people for Islam who are heedless of their prayer. الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. They are praying. But what they are doing, that they are to show off. May Allah save us from that. Yes, they are very regularly go to the masjid, or maybe just go to Jummah, just so that people know that I'm praying. Some of the scholars have said, even Nawafil, they are both, it all depends how our heart takes it. People who are praying in the masjid, the Nawafil, it is good. You can do that, but you can also pray at home. But if anything in the back of your mind, this just little thing here that, okay, this is only so that people can think, oh, this person is praying. That will destroy us. If we are doing our prayers to show off, it is a destruction. Why? It is a we have slightest thing in our heart which has to just show off things, it is our destruction. We have to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala one to one. Nothing in our mind, nothing to show off to people. Even if people say, oh, he's a nice person, it's not going to help us. Allah knows the reality in our hearts. So we have to do with all the attention, with all the focus on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do not worry about that. Yes, you can go home and pray. You can go do nawafil at home. You do qiyamul layl. Nobody sees it. Because the most best prayer is prayer in the night time. When if you're coming to the masjid, it's the best thing to come to the masjid. But take out that people will say, oh, he's coming to the masjid, he's a good man. If we have the slightest doubt in our minds about that, then we may Allah save us from that. We may be in the right. It may be the destruction for us. This is فَوَيْلٌ لِلْمُصَلِّينَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ فِي صَلَاتِهِمْ سَاهُونَ الَّذِينَ هُمْ يُرَاءُونَ. That means who are doing their deeds to be just seen. And يَمْنَعُونَ الْمَعُونَ, this surah is referred to as the surah of sharing. There are little things which you can share with the community, with your neighbor. Suppose some of your neighbor comes up, oh, can I borrow your shovel? Give it to him. Can I borrow your ladder? Give it to him. Can I borrow some salt? I ran out of salt. Can I borrow some oil? There, back home, the doors are next to one another and people see, not like 50 feet apart from our neighbor, and we just say hi in the morning, hi in the evening. If for any reason they come for something for me, share with them. Not just neighbor, anybody on the street, okay, can you give me $1? Just give it to him. Or can I get this? Can help me put the tire on my car? If you can, just please do it. Just little things. Ma'un means very little things which are very negligent, very little to be talked about. Do it. And these people who have this pride, who just want to do the salah and to show up people, or who want to take pride in showing off that they are giving this and giving, it is good to give to people to encourage them to others to give. But if you have slightest thing in your heart that I'm giving this, so that people can say, oh, he's a donor, or he is doing this, that is why this is a very strong ayah. This is a very simple surah. We read it in one of the next short surah, just 7 ayahs. We read it every time, and most of us read it in most of the salawat, but the meanings are deep, and it is a lot. We have to be very careful what we do in our actions. Little things. If you are sharing, just do it. And if people have that attitude of show up, they do not, okay, no, my shower is busy or it's broken, I cannot give it to you. Let's do it. And Allah doesn't say to Muslims, non-Muslims, anybody who asks for a favor, do it little favors. And if we have that attitude of show up, we will ignore. Oh, I gave in that big fundraiser, not today, because nobody will see me. Yet it's good to give in the fundraiser because others will see and get prompted to do it. But if you do it, you'll see anything too. And if people come in need, just do it. Do give it to the people. Little things which might raise our position in the sight of Allah. Barakallahu
Mira, look at me. Stop, you're gonna fall.
ربنا ظلمنا انفسنا وان لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا ان نسينا واخطانا. ربنا ولا تحمل علينا اسرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا. ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقه لنا به. واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا. واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا. واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا. انت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين. عباد الله اتقوا الله ان الله يامر بالعدل والإحسان وإيتاء ذي القربى وينهى عن الفحشاء والمنكر والبغي يعظكم لعلكم تذكرون. اذكروا الله يذكركم وادعوه يستجيب لكم ولذكر الله تعالى وعلى الله أكبر.
الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله.
Please read your lines. الله أكبر. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. أفلا ينظرون إلى الإبل كيف خلقت وإلى السماء كيف رفعت وإلى الجبال كيف نصبت وإلى الأرض كيف سطحت. فذكر إنما أنت مذكر لست عليهم بمسيطر إلا من تولى وكفر ويعذبه الله العذاب الأكبر. إن إلينا إيابهم ثم إن علينا حسابهم. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله 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 الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد. الله أكبر. سمع الله لمن حمده. الله 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 السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. Well, brothers and sisters, we are collecting clothing and whatever household items you can donate to the people, but they have to be packed in travel luggage. We don't want any cartons, we don't want any boxes, because if they are airlifted and airlines, they are not taking any of these cartons and all. and it's an urgent need, and it's easier for them also to distribute. So if you have any old suitcases, or if you don't, you can buy. And if you need some, inshallah, masjid can provide some for you. If you say, oh, if I need some suitcases or not, inshallah, you can bring, and you need to give, inshallah, get the suitcases and buy. But this is very important. Donate to whatever you give, for these are very needy people with wealth and worse lives, with businesses, with the qualifications, the degrees, the job. They are all staying in the cold, in the tents. Nothing with them. World Health Organization and other UN committees and private organizations are just providing them food and all, but they need everything. Everything is lost. Everything is gone. In just few minutes, their lives are turned upside down. And we have to take a ibrah from this. We have to take it's a lesson from it, that this can happen to any of us at any time. May Allah save us from this characters. And it's an urgent need. So whatever you could do, bring in suitcases, travel bags only. Doesn't matter, it could be handbag, but it has to be bagged. We donate plastic bags, we donate cartons. It has to be any kind of travel bag which is allowed permitted in the area.